Hey guys, and welcome into Fantasy Football Academy 2020. This is the Dean coming to you poolside. No, this is not my house. This is from our new sponsor, Cajun Fitness in Rayne, Louisiana. They also have branches in Opelousas, Eunice, Broussard, Youngsville, and their newest one in Baton Rouge. Guys, this is an awesome place to be. The pool is phenomenal here in Rayne. It is open, and look, to help get you guys jump started back in the year, coming out of quarantine, trying to work off that quarantine 20. You know, the 20 pounds you picked up during quarantine when you were all locked up and you had anything to do but eat. Well, Cajun Fitness here in Rayne and across Louisiana and all of its other 5 locations, 6 total, they're helping you out with half off monthly dues for the first 2 months. Listen, come in right now, check them out. There's 0 registration fee. It's a phenomenal deal. Come check them out. You can reach the Rayne location at 337-334-7060. That's 337-334-7060. Tell them the Dean sent you. I'd appreciate it. Listen, it's great to get in and work out. So what we're going to do now, we're going to work out what to do for your fantasy draft. Your fantasy football draft. The question I get most of all is, who do I draft and when? Well, here's the thing. It's really not a question of who, but what. What position do you target and when? Okay? There's a lot of guys. You guys saw my buddy D-Money here on the show. He's done a few episodes here with me, and he made the mistake of drafting a quarterback round 1. Guys, listen, pump the brakes. I don't care how good your quarterback is. I don't care if it's Lamar Jackson, if it's Pat Mahomes, who your boy is. You're not picking him in the first round, okay? What you're doing in the first round is kind of dependent upon where you draft in the draft, okay? What your position is. 1 through 6, you're pretty much going running back. When you get to pick 7, you got a decision to make. How do you want to build your team? On Team Build Tuesday, we talk about how you're building your team. We're talking about whether you're going what they call a robust RB strategy, where you're drafting running back, running back, running back, and you're just loading up on the running back position because there's so much depth at the wide receiver position. Okay? You can get guys who are going to be the premier wide receiver for their team a lot later than you can a workhorse running back, because there are so few running backs that are workhorse capable. Okay, a lot of these guys in running back positions are going to be by committee, and you've got a few of these guys like your top flight ones, Zeke, McCaffrey. You got those guys that are going to be the workhorse running backs for their team. Now, guys like Kamara, yeah, he's great, but there's a lot of targets to go around in New Orleans. There was word just came out today, here recently, from his running back coach that he was dealing with an ankle injury, a lower back injury, a knee injury. He was dealing with a lot of stuff last year. So we saw that in his production. It dropped off, okay? We weren't used to seeing the Alvin Kamara that we got last year. And if you drafted him, you were disappointed. Here's the thing. You're going to be disappointed again if you take Alvin Kamara early, okay? I'm telling you right now, what people are not looking at, they're not looking at Derrick Henry earlier, okay? Yes, he's in the first round, but they're waiting until pick 6, 7, 8 to draft this guy. Look, he is worth 3rd pick, okay? He's worth a 4th pick, okay? If you're top 5, Derrick Henry should be on your radar. Okay? Like I said, you want to focus on running backs in the top part of your draft. There's only 2 or 3 wide receivers that are worth a first round, and it's going to be a late first round pick. You've got Julio, you got Michael Thomas, and here's a disclaimer on Michael Thomas. Don't expect his production from last year to translate here. Okay? It's not going to happen. Okay? His production is going to decrease. They added Emmanuel Sanders. They've got Kamara back. They signed Jameis Winston. Now, what does that mean for Michael Thomas? Simply put, You got Taysom Hill out there in the slot, lined up in the backfield, lined up at the tight end position. They line him up all over the place, and they target him. And it's in the most inopportune times for fantasy, okay? So, don't expect Michael Thomas's production from last year to translate to this year, okay? But I'm not saying that he's not worth it. I'm not saying he's not going to be worth it. There's going to be volume there, okay? He is Breeze's man, okay? Emmanuel Sanders is going to take a little weight off of him, maybe relieve some of the double team that Michael Thomas gets, but don't expect that same production. The other guy that I like, you got Julio Jones. Julio Jones is a PPR machine. He's not very touchdown dependent. He went, I think, a game last year where he had 3 touchdowns. Then he went for like 8 games with nothing but volume passing. Okay, he got yardage. Yes, he got the PPR points for the receptions. Yes, he didn't get a lot of touchdowns. So, don't expect him to score you a lot of touchdowns. Expect him to get you a lot of PPR points. Expect him to get you a lot of yardage. DeAndre Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins has a ton of potential with Kyler Murray. Sorry, phone slipped a little bit there. But like I said, Kyler Murray is going to get him a lot of production. The only thing is, there's a lot of competition in Arizona. Okay? So, you're not looking at D-Hop maybe in the first round. You're probably looking at him at the turn. And when I say turn, I mean when you're going down, you got 10 or 12 guys in your league. If you've got the 10th pick or the 12th pick and you go back on the snake, when you're in a snake formation where you go 1 to 10 and then 10 to 1, you're going to pick a running back, then you swing back around and you pick a wide receiver. Okay? Because I'm going to tell you right now, if you don't get a wide receiver and you're drafting late in the round, the guy that you want to target is not going to be there when he comes back. If you let him go, you've got the rest of the second round and the most of the third round before it comes back to you. So be smart about your drafting. Okay? The other guy that's going early is Kenny Golladay. Kenny Golladay is a fantasy beast. He is a lot of targets in Detroit. Matt Stafford's back. Matt Stafford is healthy to kick off the season. That's the disclaimer on Matt Stafford. Okay? You know he runs the possibility of getting hurt. But Kenny Golladay has proven himself to be pretty much QB proof. So it doesn't matter who's throwing to him. It doesn't matter if it's Stafford or who it is. They're going to be targeting this guy. He's huge. He's a huge target to throw to. And quarterbacks love that. They can make mistakes, and this guy can still catch the ball. So, Davante Adams. Who else is there in Green Bay? Nobody. They didn't go out and get anybody. They drafted the replacement for Aaron Rodgers, taking Jordan Love in the draft. They didn't go out and get this man any kind of offensive help. You really think Geronimo Adams is going to do anything? Lazard? Yeah, Lazard had a flash in the pan toward the end of the season last year, but that was because of injury. Okay? There's nobody to compete with Davante Adams in Green Bay. He's going to get all the volume. And he has the talent, and they're in a weak enough division. He can pretty much shine for you. Okay? Now, here's the other question. When do you take a tight end? Well, here's the thing. If you're targeting Kittle or Kelsey, you're going to have to target them like you would a top flight receiver because that's the kind of volume these guys bring you. Okay? These guys are the exception to the rule. You do not want to take a tight end that early unless it's Kittle or Kelsey. Okay? Kittle and Kelsey are pretty much interchangeable at this point in their career. Kittle's coming up, Kelsey's coming down, he's getting a little older, but with the rise of George Kittle, Travis Kelce and him are pretty much here and here. Okay? Doesn't matter who you pick. But you're going to have to take them second or third round if you want them. Right after that comes Mark Andrews. And yeah, Mark Andrews is great. Mark Andrews can get you a lot of production, but You can find better production in a receiver, a true receiver, at that spot, and you can wait on a tight end that's going to get you similar production to what Mark Andrews would have gotten you. Okay? So, the other one that you're going to target is probably Zach Ertz from Philly. Now, here's the news out of Philly. They just lost their star guard. What does that mean? That means that Carson Wentz pretty much is going to be running for his life this year. Okay? There's a lot of impact with this injury. Yeah, he's not a fantasy player, but he doesn't impact fantasy results. He's going to impact Miles Sanders at running back. He's going to impact Alshon Jeffries whenever he comes back. But here's the other thing. Alshon Jeffries has no timetable for return from a Liz Frank injury. So, the rookie, Jalen Reagor, remember that name, Jalen Reagor. You're going to want to target him a little earlier than you might have normally with this injury. If you want him, go out and get him. He has a perfect opportunity to go with a lot of production, with the absence of Alshon Jeffries, with the absence of this guard that Philly just lost. Okay? So, if you want a rookie breakout a little later in the rounds, I'm thinking around maybe round 9, round 10, you can pretty much pick this guy up and stash him on your bench. He can be really, really productive for you. So, we talked about Julio, D-Hop, Michael Thomas, all the, Kittle, Kelsey, Devontae Adams. Those are guys that you're going to target earlier in the rounds, okay? When I say earlier in the rounds, I'm talking 3 to 5, okay? 3 to 5, rounds 3 to 5, you're looking for a workhorse running back, and you're not going to get a guy like, Saquon. You're not going to get McCaffrey. You're not going to get Zeke. Those guys are going to be gone in the top 5. Okay? Derrick Henry should be going by the top 5. If you're in the 6th spot, 7th spot, and Derrick Henry falls to you, by all means, go with Derrick Henry. Okay? Workhorse running back. This guy is built for fantasy football. So, when do I target a quarterback? Well, it kind of depends on what quarterback you want. Okay, Dak, Kyler, and Drew Brees are all going to be going earlier. Okay, these guys are going to be going maybe round 4, 5, depending on who jumps up and grabs them. Now, when there's a run, and when I say a run, I mean when somebody takes one player, like normally it's going to be a quarterback. You're going to have a run on quarterbacks. You're going to have somebody jump up and take Kyler Murray because Mahomes and Lamar Jackson are both going to be gone by about the 3rd or 4th round. Okay? That's when these guys are going. There's been some drafts that I've been in, when I've been doing my mock drafts, where Lamar Jackson is gone in the 2nd round. Okay? It's ridiculous. Do not take it. Okay? You can get production from a quarterback. Remember, Lamar's going to decrease. There's no way he's going to maintain that level of intensity and that level of production this year. Okay? So, you can wait a little later. You can get a guy like Kyler Murray, maybe 4th or 5th round. You can get a couple of running backs. You can get a wide receiver, and then you can go after that star quarterback. Now, let's say, hey, Dean, I want to wait. I want to wait on a quarterback. Awesome. Load up on the receiver. Load up on the running backs. Go after that star tight end if you want. Okay? The quarterback position, you can wait. The quarterback position, you can get production from later in the rounds. Last year, for example, I got Jared Goff. I know, don't make fun of me, because I made it up in the 10th round. 8th round, I got Jared Goff. I waited till the 8th round. Remember, last year, Jared Goff was coming off a phenomenal year, fantasy-wise. Okay? So everybody thought, hey, it's going to carry over. There might be a little reduction, a little regression, but he's going to carry over. He's got the weapons. He can do this. And he didn't. Who was my backup? None other than Lamar Jackson that I got in the 10th round. Guys, I waited till the 10th round to get Lamar Jackson because I believed in him then. Okay? Now, I'm not going to sit here. I'm not going to yell and scream and say, hey, listen to me. I know what I'm talking about. My opinion is no different from yours. I just spend a little more time maybe than you do looking at the stats, watching the programs, watching the other broadcasts, so that I can help you guys. Okay? So, who am I looking for rounds 6 through 9? You're looking for a quarterback. Okay? Like I said, Dak, Kyler, Breeze, they're all going to be gone by the 6th round. Okay? So, you're looking at guys, they're going to be, a little lesser expectation, but they're still going to be productive for you. Okay? Ryan Tannehill has been listed as a sleeper. Okay? This guy, he's got the same core coming back. He's got A.J. Brown on a sophomore year. He's got Derrick Henry. He's got a phenomenal run game. Okay? He's got a great defense. Okay? Now, great defenses, warning, great defenses probably are going to reduce production by a quarterback because they're going to have a lead. They're going to have a defense that can protect that lead, so they're going to be handing the ball off and they're going to be running the ball. Okay? If you have a really bad defense, you're going to have a quarterback that's going to have to throw the ball a lot. Okay? It's something to look at. When you're doing your research, when you're doing your targets, and you're trying to figure out who you want to get when, look at the defense that these guys have. That's pretty much going to determine how they're going to be throwing. Matt Stafford, for instance, has a horrible defense. He's going to have to throw the ball. He's got the weapons. Now, when do I target rookies? This is kind of up to you, and it depends on what you believe that's going to be coming out of the rookie. One of the rookies is being targeted. A lot of your receivers are being targeted. CeeDee Lamb out of Dallas is targeted, not by me, but that's just my personal thing. I don't like Cowboys. That's just me. And this is the part where do as I say, not as I do type thing that you're going to take into the draft with you. Because I personally am a Redskin fan. If you've watched any of the other videos, you see the Darryl Green jersey hanging behind me. You see me with Redskin gear on, and I'm just a diehard Redskin fan. So I'm not going to root for the Cowboys under any circumstance. But that's me. Jalen Reagor from Philly. Okay, Jerry Jeudy in Denver. Henry Ruggs in Vegas with the Raiders. Okay, these are guys that are being targeted as rookies early. Jonathan Swift is being targeted as a running back. Okay, Jonathan Taylor is being targeted as a running back. Swift out of Detroit is being targeted as one of the running backs. Now, these are running backs by committee. They already have a solid veteran in front of them. There's going to have something happen in order for these guys to step up into production. This 10th through the 12th round is when you take a flyer on these guys. Okay? You've already got, remember, you've got 9 spots to fill for your regular roster. Okay? You got a quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a flex, a defense, a kicker, and a tight end. Okay? So you've got 9 starting positions to fill. Okay? You can wait for your defense, your kicker, and your tight end a little later in the draft so you can focus on your bench for your wide receiver and your bench players for running back, along with your starters in the earlier rounds, okay? 13 through 16, in those rounds, you're going to want to pick up your defense. You're going to want to pick up your kicker. If you want to get a backup quarterback, fine. Get a backup quarterback late in the draft. You can pick somebody up. Ben Roethlisberger has been falling late. Kirk Cousins has been falling late, okay? Or even undrafted at times, okay? Remember, there's only 10 or 12 guys in your league. There are 32 starting quarterbacks in the NFL. Pick one, okay? Pick one. If you want to get a backup, fine. There's going to be a word that you're going to hear a lot in the coming months. It's called streaming. When you stream, you can stream a quarterback, you can stream a defense, and at times you can stream a tight end. All that means is that you're playing the matchup. If your guy has the week off, if he has a bye that week, and you're looking to get a good, productive player on that week, just for that week, and then you're going to drop him. You look at your matchup. Who can you match up against? All you look at, you don't look at their production, don't look at anything else, look at their matchup. Who are they playing? If they're playing a defense that is really, really sorry defense against the pass, and you're looking for a tight end, great. Hit that guy. Get that quarterback. If they have a horrible run defense, go out and get that running back for that that 1 week where your main guy has off. Maybe you've been hit with the injury bug and you're depleted. You need to stream defenses, okay? Stream a defense. Look at who's throwing the most interceptions. Look at who's scoring the least amount of points, okay? Do your research. Or make it easy on you. Leave a comment below and ask me a question. Or you can hit me up at Fantasy Football Academy 2020 at yahoo.com, or I'm sorry, at gmail.com, and ask me a question there. But look, down the bottom, subscribe, hit the bell, give me the thumbs up if you like this. And I'd like to take this time right now. I'm going to wrap this up for you guys. We're going to have a mock draft for Mock Draft Monday. I'm going to show you a little bit about what I've been talking about and kind of walk you through another mock draft. You can never do too many mock drafts, okay? You can never have too much information. I appreciate you guys tuning in. And from Cajun Fitness in Rain, Louisiana, proud sponsor of the show. Thank you guys very much for your support. Hit me up. Leave a comment below. As always, I'm the Dean, and you've been watching Fantasy Football Academy 2020. Till next time, guys, keep on keeping it together. And as you can see, I'm social distancing because there ain't nobody around me. So, take it easy, guys. Be safe. Be good to each other.